even litter. My skin got a tough and I'm got a vendetta. Oh, yeah, I gotta do better. Oh, yeah, said I gotta do better. Yeah, that's the motto. A gift and a curse, my foot in the pedal and never let up. I dropped the L, now it's Toro. Dubs come in first like it's Whack-A-Mole. But tell them all, yeah. Can't come in last, no. Come in first, I ain't no slowpoke. Oh, it's Toro. I said, oh, it's Toro. I said, oh, it's Toro. I dropped the L and it's dubs, I ain't double fake.
Oh my God, look who it is. What's up, everybody? We're back at the spot. I'm at work. I got the Jeep back today, the baby. We're gonna like talk about some shit today, and I'm just happy because I'm just making this shit work out and everything. I just kind of been doing a lot of thinking and everything, but I'm gonna talk to you guys when I get inside, and yeah, let's go ahead and have some fun today.
But yeah, bro. Basically in this video, I kind of was going back and forth on what we're going to talk about. At first I wanted to talk about just like subtracting things out of your life and getting down to a distilled version of your life that actually makes sense for you. But then I realized that like, I didn't really feel that topic. I mean, yeah, I could talk about it, but I'd just be regurgitating stuff that I found out about it on the internet. And I really wanted to focus on things that I know about and the things that I could feel, because that's when things come across as the most genuine. So I'm going to be talking about literally just that, like what the things that you love, like, because it really does get me into this mode whenever I am talking about that topic. Whenever I rap, whenever I talk to people, whenever I write, it all comes from like the best stuff and like the best experience for me, and I assume the audience as well. As whenever I'm talking about, whenever I'm pulling from a pool of emotion that is just that, like I said in the first video, that vigor for life and love for the passion of whatever I'm doing and whatever I'm talking about, because I love to talk, I love to create, I love to use the English language, I love language in general, and that's what I'm going to talk about. So we're just going to talk about things that I learned. I'm not sure how many things I'm going to talk about, but it's just going to pop out as the video goes. You know, these things are always free form until they come into form. So yeah, let's go and start.
For one thing, I know that whenever you do something that you love, for me at least, I have this urge to like compete with people. And the thing is I feel about creativity, and I feel about the world, is that there's no need to compete. There's enough love, there's enough money, there's enough everything that you need, everything that we all need. But sometimes there's an illusion that there is something there's less than. And whenever you have this thing, this passion kind of pulling you forward, it's like, yo, like I feel unstoppable. And a lot of times we are conditioned to want to just dominate people, especially in the rap game. And it's like, one thing I've learned about Charlotte and stuff is that everybody's just, it's a different energy. Like, especially like in the music game, like everybody's just like super happy to like get to know everybody, and there's no need for the hate. Like, we're all like a big family out here, I feel. So whenever you're doing something you love, you're going to, if you're not okay with handling power, it's going to give you a lot of power. It's going to, because it's pulling from this reservoir, this love for what you're doing. And it's like, all right, I feel like, don't get me wrong, you cannot do everything. Well, you can do everything, but you know, even if you are talented, you still have to grow. You don't just come out of here looking like you're God, and you can literally, if somebody wanted you to make a rap with like 5 letters and then you do it right in the spot, it's not, you can't just do everything, but you can be pretty good and pretty in your pocket, in your groove, which is what it's mainly about. But main thing to take from this is to watch out for that arrogance for what you're doing, because it's really not about you. It's about the craft. It's about what God put you here for. It's about like playing your role, playing your part in expressing the love for your morals and everything for your craft. All right,
So there's another thing. It kind of coincides with what I just talked about with the arrogance thing, and the fact that you still can always improve. But there's this next thing I want to talk about is the fact there's something always for you to just do, something always for you to open up and like figure out and just like create based off of. And that's what kind of gives this type of way of looking at content creation or just following your dreams, is that you aren't gonna run out of things to make. You aren't gonna run out of things to dedicate your work to. Like let's say like I'm a rapper. A rapper, I like to sing, I like to make music, I like to make poetry. I pull from the part of me that I love the most, which is like just my journey and who I am supposed to be, and what I go through as I go through that. And that is what turns into my art. That turns into what's on my mind, because it's always there. So like I can literally just pick up what am I thinking about. I have to stay conscious, because if I'm not conscious, then it won't come out the same. You have to be conscious with it. But it's always going to be something there for you to pull from when you're pulling from what you love. And it's not like you have to follow some type of like protocol for, okay, when you make content, you do this. Whenever you make your art, you do this. And that's how you get stuff. Like that's how you get like success. It's really just about doing what makes the most sense for you and in your particular situation. That's why at the beginning of this video I was going to do something else, but I realized that that's not what's on my mind. That's not what's going on in my life at this moment. Yes, I have had to think about that in the past, but right now I wouldn't be able to talk about it in the right energy, in the right way. So yeah, like long story short, don't worry, bro. It's always gonna fall into place. I just open up my mouth sometimes, and then since I know that I'm talking about a topic that I'm passionate about, the right things come out. You're gonna go to your canvas and you're gonna say, "Let me paint," and you're gonna be like, "I want to paint about something that I feel about," and then it's just gonna come out because the energy's always there. But yeah. All right, so I kind of mentioned this too, and I'm just playing off things that I'm saying because it's popping into my mind. I mentioned staying conscious, right? I feel like staying conscious is a very like important thing in this, because yes, I said that there's never gonna not be like more to the well, because it's just your life force that you're basically pulling off of that passion. But the thing is, if you're not conscious of what's going on in your life, your stream of consciousness, your stream of experience, then you aren't going to be able to reliably really speak about the things that are going on in your life. So, and just not even just speak, but like, just make stuff, use your creative energy to create based off of what you're going, and whatever thing you're doing, whether you're creating a job opportunity for yourself or for others, whether you're creating speech, whether you're creating a video. No matter what it is, you can use your energy, your creative ability to turn that into something else that is going to benefit, or turn into that thing that you're actually trying to look for in the long term. Now, I say that because recently, I've done this on and off, but I kind of was able to see it again in a deeper lens, like a more accurate lens of what goes on when you go ahead and cut off social media for a little bit, or at least severely decrease your input of that information into your head. It opens up your attention to what your life is supposed to be like. Like 2 weeks ago, I was very happy, and then the next day I decided to go, you know what? Because I did all these things that made me happy, I'm going to go ahead and combat that with things that's not gonna make me happy. I don't know. I do this sometimes, and it makes me like, it's like I have these ups and downs. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm really happy. Let me go ahead and go on social media for the entire day, and then like it just makes you depressed, and it's like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, I wasted the entire day on Instagram and YouTube, and I'm like, yo, I'm not doing this anymore. And like I just said, like one thing that happened to me is that since
me and my ex-girlfriend kind of like split and everything. It kind of taught me how to just make long-term changes, or at least changes that last for longer than they would normally last. So I decided, yes, this entire week, no, I'm just gonna not be on social media. Or if I go on social media, I forbid myself from scrolling. I went the entire week on Saturday, not Friday, on Friday. I did like scroll for like 2 seconds. I was like, all right, you're good. But like the entire week, if I open up Instagram or YouTube, I could not scroll. I couldn't even watch videos or anything like that. And like that type of stuff, it changes your mind, because what happens is, at least from what I want to talk about only what my experience was, but it was just like, once I did that, while I was doing it, there was this voice that I heard in my head, and it was the voice. And I just figured this out like yesterday. Today is like it's technically the 9th now, but it was the 8th before it turned into the AMs, because I'm up early in the morning right now trying to clean and stuff. But it was like the voice, and there was like this voice of the social media was in my head, and I didn't know what that was until like yesterday. I went on to like, because right now there's the whole like rap beef with Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and J. Cole right now. And then I went on to Instagram, and then the first thing I saw was Academics, DJ Academics posting something. And then I read it again, and I went into the comments, and I was like, oh, this is the voice. Because as soon as I started reading, I heard the voice, and I was like, dang, this is the voice that I hear of everybody on the internet that I feel has a lower consciousness, that is not thinking about things like in a long term, in a way that's without the violence, and like, actual love and care for everybody. So like that's kind of what it was. And I was like, yo, I don't really even like being on here unless I am like, actually using it for what it's the best purpose for it to be. So like it kind of like showed me that, and now I don't really want to use them. Like just like getting burned, and like you actually learn, hey, don't touch the stove. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I won't touch the stove when it's hot. Okay, I'm gonna use it to cook, which I'm trying to do right now, and I'm making these videos, and it works with my lifestyle right now because I can just go to work and do what I need to do. But yeah, stay conscious. After that happened, only things that were in my mind, and I do have the choice to look at that stuff, or I could just feel it. For that time, I can choose the voice that I want to play in my head. And this is like the part where it's like, it's 2024, bro. It's time to be on your mamba shit right now. So me and your mamba, and just fill your mind with as much of what is going to, the ingredients that's going to help you. So I've been listening to audiobooks. I've listened to these autobiographies about people who've done successful things, and kind of like similar, like writing, poetry, just had hard lives and just figured out how to make things work for them. So it's very interesting, but also just been learning about music and stuff too. And like that stuff has really been also like writing your own things about like your own, like your checklist, your to-do list, your routines, all that stuff, and filling your mind with that stuff, reading it as much as possible, reading all the good stuff. And that's what keeps you conscious of what's going on in your life, journaling, conscious of what's going on in your life, so that whenever you go to create, it's on top of mind. It's easy for you to grab on to that dragon's tail, and it will take you right through into the nether realms, and you can go ahead and figure out what's going on, what beast you need to slay, and you can go ahead and use that in your art and whatever you're creating as that motivation or drive. All right, another thing. One of the things that happens whenever you rely on your love to kind of power whatever you're doing is that you might see that it's not that hard, it's not that easy. I mean, like you can't just do it and be able to, sustain your lifestyle, or a lifestyle that's good enough for you and whoever is attached to you. And that's not because what a lot of people do is like, oh, I wanted to be an artist, but I have responsibilities, so I can't actually become an artist because I'll end up like neglecting my responsibilities as a father, as a husband, as a wife, or just as a student or something like that, right? But really what I've noticed is really the answer. And this is one of the things I always say: you have more time than you think you have more energy than you think you have. Think about, like, especially when you think about the people who are in way, way less fortunate situations that we are in. You could be in the United States where things are so good, but people think they're so bad. It doesn't matter where you are, somebody's gonna be unhappy with where they are. You could be a millionaire. There's gonna be people who are unhappy within your class. They're like, oh man, I mean, like, this is one of the things when you're a millionaire, you got people who talk to you like this and act like this, and then it sucks, and then they still want to be somewhere else. I'm basically saying that it's time for you to upgrade the way that you use your time, the way that you think about time, the way you think about your energy, the way you think about all that. Because this is why being of a high consciousness is not, you can't stay the same. You can't be the same person that you were. If you're going to rely on love, that is a higher vibration. You can't just use that energy with the same engine. It's like putting a V8. I said it wrong. You can't just put like a V8 in a car that's made for like 4-cylinder power. It's gonna fall apart. It can't handle that power. That's what I'm basically saying. Like, this is a different type of thing. So you have to learn how to, if you wanna rely on your love, it's going to be a very unconventional way of living, unless you figure out how to get yourself up in the morning so that you can get up earlier and get more things done and still have time to like rely on I don't know why I said rely, but still have time, take care of your responsibilities and still make your art, still do it at a high quality. And it's a process, it's time, and you got to learn a lot of different things just so you can do one thing. Learn about, man, I could go all day on this because this is something that I really feel about, like having to learn how to, I guess, adulting, I don't know, man. Just how to like be kind of organized, because as artists, a lot of the times do end up being disorganized, dysfunctional, because of things that happen in our lives, just the way that we kind of were in this universe, in this lifetime. And you have to kind of pick that up and like form it into what it's supposed to be, like some clay that now has been dropped into your hand as a little kid, and you got to figure it out in this world because nobody gets a manual for it. It's crazy. But no, when you get into that, you'll be able to figure it out.
Well, like, I'm just throw a little freestyle in here. So essentially what we're talking about today is changing your mental so that you can be tempted by nothing else except for what's supposed to be expended. The energy that you are sending to your love is all passion, so it's what you should hold above. And now you can be everlasting in the clouds, like it was a heaven that you was blasting down all these sparks of energy, these ideas that you have, and turning in from sound vibration to something that you can stay at, a staycation in another place that you was. The patience that you have right now is for you to be inside of a medical facility, cleaning things up and getting to the people like I am in your own way, so that you can go ahead and understand how to get a blade and cut right down to the point that you have, point it right at the screen, and then you know that you have the person inside of you that's going to do what it needs. Basically what I'm saying is, what am I saying? I'm just talking. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll say this, you have to do a lot of different things that you might not want to do, but it's up to you to add in the things that you want to do to make the scales tip and keep that up. And it'll be easier in certain things. You'll have these opportunities to make things fall away and be replaced with things that you like more. It's like replacing the old parts of your car until you get something that's more, something better. But yeah, it's back to the video. And guys, this might be the last one I was gonna say, but one of the things that it sounds like it should be, but I don't know, I might put something else after this. But like, one of the main things that I was thinking about is like gratitude, like thankful for the fact that you get to do something that you love. And the thing is, like, you might take it for granted, or you might be upset because you don't get to do it in the way that you would think, that you envision it in your head. Like, in order for you to get more of anything, in order for you to feel right when you have more of anything, is to, for one, realize that everything that you have right now, it was given to you by some higher power, and you should be thankful for that. And that's like, just meditating on that, like that concept, it really changes a lot of things, because the more that you kind of like think about that, and the more that you connect with that fact, it makes things kind of go more right in your way, because you're in more the mindset to make use of your situation that you're in. Because it's like a mechanic saying, hey, I need this tool so I can fix this. Hey, I need this part
so I can fix this thing that's going on. And it just keeps on asking for more, and then just messing around and not using the parts, not using the tools that he was given to go ahead and fix the problem or create the machine, create the vehicle that he was like saying that he wanted to create from the blueprint that is in his head or from that was given to him. So it's just be thankful for it. And for example, like right now is what I'm doing. Like I asked for more money, I asked for more freedom so I don't have to work for anybody. And look, I mean, I might not have my own business yet, which I am working on in the background, but I have basically that. I have the freedom. I have what it looks like. The freedom. I have more money. I have more information about how to keep my life on track and that I want to be on. And also able to do my art at the same exact time. This is what I asked for, but if I was staying in that mindset of, oh man, but it's not like I'm inside of like a like $2,000 a month apartment with like rooms and everything, and I'm making like thousands of dollars, so it doesn't matter, and then everything looks cool. I got the best camera, I got the best clothes. I don't have any of that right now, but I have the gratitude for what I have, so that I can. It's basically the resourcefulness, you know. But yep. I feel like that's a good number to stop at, you know, guys. So thank you guys for watching. I didn't do an outro in the last video. I kind of just put like a thing on the end, but I'll probably put a thing on the end too, just to make that like I'll make this my thing. I'll put like a little ending clip to go ahead and put you guys out of here. But I'll catch you guys in the next video. Keep watching. I'm just going to keep on spreading wisdom that I've learned on my journey, and just keep this up because I would like to build a brand and build something that I can give back to the people as well. So catch you guys in the next video. It's been torothemagi. See you guys next time.
But if I really do want to do this, why does it seem like I don't want to do it? It's because that you're stuck in that cycle of anything that you do in life is not going to be what you wanted to do. That's the ungrateful thing, the ungrateful part of it. But like, for example, I was doing like a little workout before I left, so I was doing like some push-ups and like sit-ups and stuff, squats, and I remember like in track and field, like how it would be every single time I work out, I usually think about like football practice or like track practice and how that felt when I was in it. And I think about it and I was just like, hold up, bro, like you don't have to think about it that way. Because whenever I was in track practice, it was like someone yelling at me like, yo, do this right. Oh, you need to start all over again. And it wouldn't be like the whole chill like experience, like I'm taking care of myself, taking care of my body, I'm doing what I need to do to make sure that I'm all right. And it turned into something that's like, you're not doing it good enough, or you have to hurry up and get this done right, and it's just like it's not the right energy for the situation, and you won't be able to keep it up because of the energy that you're coming at the situation with. Whenever you come at the situation with the right energy, it starts to flow better. So whenever I work out, I now work out just being conscious and just letting myself know this is for you to be better as a person, better as a human being, and let your body be healthy so that you can do everything that you want to do in life, and you can feel comfortable in your body, feel comfortable doing the things that you want to do. So same thing is like whenever you treat, basically I'm just saying treat what you want to do as self-care. And how would you care for yourself? How would you love for yourself? That's how you come at making music. That's how you come at making your art. That's how you come at doing anything in your life, creating new circumstances for yourself. You come at it like, this is self-care for me because I care about myself, and I know that the life that I want to live, it requires for this thing to happen. So this is taking care of me. So look at it like that, and you can learn how to love yourself. You might not know how to do it 100%, but it's like, it's self-love basically. Like, all right, bro, like it's just the inner dialogue within your mind that talks while you're doing whatever you're doing. But check it out.